Okay, today is July 13, 2015. Let's do a video and go to the market and then go through some of the stock that we looked at yesterday, the pharmaceutical, and then maybe we take a look at some of the Dow stock. So it's kind of give you some idea if these stock start to move. You might be looking at the Dow Jones Industrial, might be making a attempt to take out the previous high back in May 19. So let's take a look at these. If you didn't see the post last night that I put on my blog, then you're probably missing out something today. But just going through and do a little follow-up on it. We'll talk about the diamond, and we essentially was looking at these this retracement zone as potential resistance, also this 50 confluence with this 50-day SMA, the moving average here. So you can see on the close, it actually tagged this 50-day moving average, and chances are we probably will see it to move above that and probably get up to this trend line here, and also close to this 618 Fibonacci retracement, which will be somewhere around 180. Okay. Then looking at the spider, the spider, we are looking at this level here, this replacement zone, this 210, and the possibility of this 50-day moving average as potential resistance. So right now you can see that it is coming up, and we probably will tag it tomorrow. And then also on the Q, we're looking at the Q again, this retracement zone. It seems to be making, poking his head to it. So we'll see, would it be able to hold, or just maybe getting a little bit ahead of itself and probably get a little bit of a pullback. And then on the IWM, the Russell 2000 ETF, essentially we're looking at this 50% level as the potential resistance. So right now it's getting up here, and it's conceivable that we could see it to come up and probably tag this 126.33 somewhere around the 618, before it maybe make a little bit of a turn. Okay, so that's the market, and let's go and take a look at some of the stock that we talked about yesterday on the pharmaceutical, and the first one is Alkermes. We're basically looking at this, this little breakout here. So as you can see today, it's gapped up, so it's wouldn't worth the while to go and chase it, but look for a some sort of pullback and maybe get it in that way. Same thing with Regeneron, right? So it's gapped up, so don't want to chase. And then here this horizon, and essentially just the kind of follow up on trailing your stop. So it's still pretty much intact. So hopefully your stop wasn't too tight. So and you got in a little bit early, so you're still making some profit there. And here's Valiant, right? So it. Again, a lot of these things, because of the market, and it's kind of gapped up. So, if you didn't get in on it, don't worry about it. It's better to, not to chase the stock than, than try to get in at the wrong time, and then when it pull back, then you'd be in the hole. So, and this a BV, so again, all these stock is making some pretty good move. And I think there are going to be some follow through. You just have to keep an eye on it. And Lannett, this one here also, see, so it's kind of, making this a little bit of a break, right? So it's also gapped up. And so Campbell, and again, it's kind of pulled back a little bit because it made its move last week, and it's basically just a little follow through, and it gapped up and kind of pulled back. So it kind of faded a little bit. And then eBay, we're talking about eBay wanting new high, right? And it it went and poked to and made a new high. Same thing with Facebook. We talked about Facebook yesterday, that Facebook looked like it wanted to put in a new high, and it went above that 89 and change. And I think it's still not done yet. I think it's going to look at higher high. And also Home Depot, we're talking about Home Depot getting above this break, so it's also gapped up. And then FireEye, these cybersecurity, kind of gap, but it's kind of pulled back, so kind of wait, just presenting some opportunity for us to get in, so which is good. So just kind of keep an eye on that. Don't chase, like we're saying. Same thing with Palo Alto Network. If you chase, you probably got faded today. Okay, so wait for a little bit of a pullback and get in. Okay, and also here's LifeLock. Same thing. It's kind of moving up. Right. Go. So these are a little bit of a follow too. So just keep an eye on it. Hopefully you got in on some of those trade at a reasonable entry level. Okay, and then some of the other stock that actually came up on my scanner here today. Let's take a look at some of the airline. And I mentioned about JetBlue before. You could see that JetBlue is kind of breaking out of here and trying to get up and attack the high here. Okay, so you might want to keep an eye on these airline. And here's Delta Airline. Also, so look for this right here. Got a nice little base. Okay, and maybe get back up here to this trend line here. So make a play up to that trend line. And then you have Southwest. Same thing. Southwest. Right, bumping up against this, this base here. So although it's kind of pulled back here, so kind of look for these entry, maybe down here, look for entry and play for the breakout, and maybe possibly get up and fill this gap and get up to this 38 level. Okay, don't chase the breakout because breakout is, I don't know. Here's Coke. It's a Dow stock. Right, you can see that. It's kind of hitting this trend line here. So if this thing break and move up, and that's going to help push the Dow up, and that might get the Dow up to try to make a new high again, or at least get close to that 519 high. All right, so here's Microsoft, which is also one of the Dow stocks, so you might want to keep an eye on this. All right, and then we also got MasterCard. Alright, so it seems like you want to get up to this new high also, and you see this kind of holding up this trend. Okay, and then Johnson & Johnson again. We got this nice little W here. Alright, so that could be making another break and get up to this maybe a 104, 10 and change. And then we also got Pfizer, right? These big drug company. Okay, so it's kind of making a move here, poking out of the trend line and getting to a higher high. Okay, so you might want to keep an eye on that, and it could be coming back up and try to take out the high. Okay, then you also got Walmart. Finally Walmart is making a little bit of a move here. Okay, so you might want to keep an eye on that on this particular Dow stock. Right, so last week I was kind of talk about keeping an eye on Walmart, so you might want to do that. And then United Health. Again, this one is the Dow stock, and it's looked like it want to come up and take a new high on that. And then finally we got Visa. Okay, Visa is also seem like want to come back up and maybe take the new high. Right, again, you see there's a little bit of a W break, and then now it's breaking out of this trend line here. Okay, so hopefully you had a good day and good luck tomorrow.